Hey everybody, it's me, Sweet Melody Speaks of Live and Upfront Media. Unfortunately, Classic Ruby couldn't make it today, but we have a special guest, Sister George. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just hot. It was like 100 degrees here in Jersey. How about you?
Um, Definitely not that hot, thank God. It's been a good day though. It's the weather's been pretty nice. It was a little hot outside, but not too bad.
Yeah, but I'm sure you're used to that weather. You're down south. Here, it's not supposed to be 100 degrees,
Yeah, I definitely can imagine. I can imagine.
right? Well, thanks for
Hmm.
coming. I really appreciate you.
Oh, no problem at all. No
Yeah,
problem at
I
all.
know you got your life, your kids, your husband, the good life.
God, let me not talk about it too much, child.
Right, right. The haters are listening.
Girl.
So, okay, I'm gonna jump right into it with the first question. My first question to you is, do you consider yourself more sisterhood or manosphere? Because your content is here in a manosphere, but you do sisterhood topics.
I would actually consider myself more manosphere than I would sisterhood.
Mhm.
While my topics do seem to, I think we actually have a balance, a pretty good balance of topics. And the way that I've been battling it out with the sisterhood lately definitely shows a lot. So I don't know. I think
Oh,
I deal with it from both ends.
yeah, we're gonna get into that because they are not nice. I'm glad I'm not over there because those girls are so mean. I mean,
Well, I mean, everybody has their things and we're all entitled to our views, so I think it's going to be like sometimes you're just not going to agree with people. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But we have to figure out like what's more important to get out, but like I said, it is what it is.
Right. So, I mean, being in this space with all the men, do you feel like you fell out more with the sisterhood because they think that you are, I'm gonna say it, pretty much riding the men's dick? Excuse my language. I heard somebody say that.
You said, do I think the sisterhood thinks what? I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I got it straight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it again, but
No,
I've
no,
heard
say it again, cause say it again. I
I
want to answer it.
well, I heard one of the women say that you are quote unquote riding dick riding the manosphere myth. So
So
right.
when I ask women or when I stand up for women, doesn't mean I'm on them as well. I do think that both sides have issues that they need to work out for sure. Both
Mhm.
sides do, in my opinion, but I do lean a bit toward the men though. Yeah, I do lean a bit toward the men, but I do think that both sides have issues that they need to work out.
Right. And anybody with eyes can see that. I mean, the men accept you. They even put you in the manosphere list. So I'm pretty sure everybody can see that. And that's why they fall down so hard on you, these women. And I was gonna ask you, how do you maintain a majority manosphere audience when you also cater to the women?
Um, I think that being that we're not just blowing smoke up people's behinds and telling them that they're pretty or telling the men that they're always great. It does tend to give our platform a lot of balance. And I think people understand that we can be very fair, very level headed, and that we'll call it out on both sides as we see it. But it's not
Mhm.
just about us agreeing with everything that everybody says. It's really having a viewpoint and being able to voice that. And I think that a lot of guys flock to that.
Exactly. And I noticed one thing about the breakdown, there's no echo chambers over there at all. Like even you and Concrete don't always agree on things,
No,
but
not
you
at
balance
all.
it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I do love your channel for that. But a lot of people say that you had an agenda behind buying Ramil's channel. Is that true? What was your agenda?
There was no agenda. The purpose to buy Ramil's channel was that Jessica X had developed a concept for a show that she wanted to start, and she
Hmm.
invited me to be a part of that show, along with someone else or whatever. And Ramil's channel ended up coming up for sale, and I just thought it would be, as opposed to starting the channel off on Jessica X's, starting Tough Talk on Jessica X's, Ramil would be kind of like a neutral, quote unquote, neutral ground where we could start anew, and it was neither one of our platforms.
Right. And you had
Hmm.
Ramil's people, because a lot of them stayed. In spite of
Yeah,
what they were saying, like, oh, we're not going to be here now that she took over, they stayed. And I saw them in your comments. So
yeah.
a lot of
I
them.
don't think the channels kind of fell off quite a bit, but and I haven't really focused on doing any content or anything on it. So, I said I was gonna try to get some stuff settled and fixed up later on.
Right. So, yeah, that was one of my questions I was going to ask you. Like, what do you have in mind for Tough Talk in the future? Because I see that you're no longer with the people who you started with.
Hmm.
So,
I not at liberty to say everything just yet that's going on with Tough Talk, but
okay.
I definitely have some plans for it. I still have plans and a vision for it.
Right.
Hmm.
So, again, you weren't just, for all the men listening, you weren't just trying to be spiteful towards the men.
I mean, this is the thing. The things that a lot of these guys have said about me and my husband, even if I was trying to be spiteful, which I wasn't because I didn't continue to troll them. I trolled them one good time. Stop crying about it. You'll be fine.
Right. Because,
They talk shit about they've had some things to say about me and my husband and how we do things or whatever. So I mean, they'll be okay. I just was like, it was fun and funny.
I,
Everybody seemed to have a good time when I was over there doing it.
yes,
I
like,
don't know.
oh,
I thought it was
cracking up.
fun.
And you was taking people's wrench, like, oh, you don't have a wrench no more. You was just snatching wrenches, like, what you
Girl, it was guys telling me to snatch their wrench. It was girl,
Oh
it
my
was fun. It
God.
was hilarious. I
It
thought it
really
was the
was.
The biggest prank, you know, it's like the best troll of 2021. I thought I won. You know, I thought it was
Yes.
good.
You was like Holes One. You changed the name to Holes One and everything. That was hilarious.
No, it was women one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Women One.
Uh huh.
Women One. Couldn't believe it. I'm like, what? But yeah, well, no, actually, ended up making like several channels after that. I don't even understand why he would have sold his channel if he was gonna make several channels. But
I think that, well, I don't know. I don't know. He said something to the effect that he really missed the space, I think. I don't know. I don't want to
mhm.
misquote him, so I don't want to say what he said because I don't know for sure.
Right, yeah, he missed it. He couldn't, he had a big following, so he probably wanted to come back to that. But let me ask you this: did you have a fallout with all of the Tough Talk members?
No, no, not all of them. Yeah, no, not all of them.
No.
No.
So the ones that you did fall out with, what exactly happened? If you feel comfortable talking about it.
Um, I what happened was ineffective leadership.
Mm.
And it was when you put certain people in charge of things that may not be used to certain amounts of power. And I'm talking about myself.
Oh,
And this is what happens when you leave women in charge of shit. Not to say that I represent all women in sense. I don't think women can be the most effective leaders. I just don't. And it
uh-uh.
is what it is. But um yeah, I believe I'm running a tight ship, and um I don't really cut a lot of slack. I'll tear some stuff down and do the groundwork before I let it be built on a rocky foundation. And
Right,
so when it comes down to certain things, it's like I'm just very, very ABCD. I need my stuff in line. I like for things to be ran a certain way, and yeah,
right.
that's pretty much it.
I know, but from what I understand, because somebody told me themselves. Well, Jessica, I'm gonna be honest. Jessica X told me, yeah, I'm getting this channel, and I'm gonna cam up. We're all gonna cam up. This is what we're planning on doing. That's why we're doing this, and that never happened. Why? Like who well, obviously who, but I mean, I wonder why that didn't go through the way it was supposed to.
Well, you do know that Jessica had got somebody tried to dox her the like days prior to everything kind of falling out, and they ended up getting, having the wrong woman or whatever. And so it was
Mhm.
another woman that, that they tried to get, and she was very apprehensive after the fact. So I think it was like, they're saying that people are me and it's not me. So I think that made her a bit apprehensive because they were actually contacting the other lady's jobs and
Right.
people surrounding her. So I think she was really apprehensive about it.
Yeah, because I really like this time. I know Jessica said several times that she was going to cam up and, she didn't feel comfortable. But it was something about this time that really made me believe she was going to cam up. Like we had a nice conversation and she's a beautiful young lady. So I thought she was getting it ready. She told me she had to get her lighting ready and everything. So I was really, really looking forward to that. But that's unfortunate, that people are that mean trying to dox her like that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's really not right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really messed up. So, with the new project, do you plan on replacing any of the old members of Tough Talk, or are you guys gonna all come back together?
I don't see it as a situation where any of us are going to come back together to do
Okay.
another rendition of Tough Talk. Tough
Mhm.
Talk is probably going to be something totally different. I'm not sure just yet, but it's probably going to be totally different. Everything isn't ironed out all the way, but definitely some visions for it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Um, because you were doing really good when you guys first came out. I thought you guys were gonna be like the biggest channel on YouTube.
I
You had
thought
a
so
right.
too. I was so excited about it.
It was crazy. Y'all had Obsidian. You had Jessica. You had you. The other chick, Tabitha.
Right.
Yeah, that was
I thought
crazy.
it was gonna be a hellified show. I
Oh
really
my
did.
God. Yeah, it was crazy.
I did.
But
I was excited about it.
tell me about it. But with you and Concrete Show, like you guys do really well together. I never see you guys arguing. You guys never had a falling out. From what I understand, like you guys didn't have one in public, maybe behind the scenes, but not in public, even though you don't agree on everything. How do you maintain that relationship and friendship with her? I mean, you've been doing this for a while.
I think that she and I have been working together for about 3 years. We've been working together for about 3 years. Plus, we've been on a lot. We prior to us working together, we were doing shows with each other. We would see each other on different panels, and it's
Mm.
not that we have like this perfect, oh, just beautiful, perfect relationship. No, me and Concrete have it out behind the scenes, but I don't think Concrete is a person that's out to destroy me, more so than make me a better person. And it's the same thing for her. I'm not out to destroy her, but I want to make her a better person. And, we have a mutual respect for each other. And so when you have a real mutual respect for each other, and we both work and take care of our families, and just there's nothing wrong with being good people, to good people. So she's a dope person, and it's just like, let's be good people. Let's just be dope, and there's nothing wrong with being dope to dope
Yeah,
people.
you guys are very dope. And honestly, I've been watching you for a long time, and you're the reason why I asked Ruby to get together with me because I'm like, oh, if we can be as dope as Sister George and Concrete, this is really gonna work
Oh,
out. I'm serious. So,
I'm sure it will. You ladies are beautiful,
oh,
and
thank
you
you.
guys also run a really good show. So I don't doubt it.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But Celine is asking, do you and Concrete know each other outside of YouTube?
Yeah, we actually had brunch today. So
Really?
we I would say about at least once, twice a month, we physically put eyes on each other and go grab brunch or dinner or something like that. But we actually had brunch today.
So she lives in Atlanta as well, right?
Yeah. She no, I'm not gonna say not too far from me, but yeah, we'll meet up and enjoy, some time or whatever.
That's dope. Do you and Curlin get together with her and her husband and have little picnics and fun things like that? Or
No,
no?
not yet. It's
Not
been
yet.
more so me and her, and I think Curlin was with us a long time ago. I think like when we first met, he came out with us, but now it's just me and her. A long
Okay.
time ago. Hmm.
All right. That's nice. So sweet. Okay. So, what really made me title this stream what I titled it, it's because I watched a little of Faith's panel when you were
Hmm.
on there, and the ladies were all against what you had to say about how little girls are fresh and they don't always tell the truth. And then you also spoke on how they perform sexual acts on school buses and in school. Basically, they're not innocent. Um, all of the ladies jumped on you for that on that panel. Now, I want to ask you, why do you think the ladies took offense to what you were saying? You were being honest, you were telling the truth.
I think they took offense because um, I was talking about something that happened, that was relayed to me from a school administrator. And I think that there were a lot of women that were really triggered, in the example that I used. And also, the example that when I was talking about it,
Hmm.
it may not have been in the proper context, from this is, what they say, that it wasn't in the proper context. And I think that, it was a triggering thing because it was almost like an attack on a certain thought process that's been permeating our society for a long time, that, girls are sugar and spice and everything nice, and boys are just bad. Men are bad. Boys are bad. Men are bad. Women are good. Girls are good. Or
Mm-hmm.
no, then they'll say, well, no, we can acknowledge that girls, no, we can acknowledge that women are good. And so it's like, okay, or women are bad or whatever, but they can't acknowledge every aspect of a lot of those situations. And there's a lot that happens in those situations that we as women haven't really come to terms with. And we haven't come to terms with boys being sexually assaulted. We haven't come to terms that boys underreport. We haven't come to terms that girls mimic adult behaviors. We haven't come to terms with a lot of those things in society. And we like to put everything off on, well, the boy is just mannish, or he fresh, and you know he's out there or whatever. But we don't want to look at our little girls like that. And I get it, but
Exactly. And I just felt like you did such a good job explaining that, especially being a mother of a boy. But they just wasn't trying to hear it. And a lot of them said they had sons as well. So it was kind of like disturbing that they didn't understand where you were coming from, being a mother of sons.
yeah, it seemed like it was one of those things that was just kind of pushed to the wayside. Like, well, men need to establish something for men, and that men don't really take it that serious, so it's not really that big of a deal. And black women actually lead the charge in men being assaulted, or black women lead the charge in for all victims, and a lot of that shit is just not true.
It's not true. And they were trying to say that men assault girls more than women assault boys. And I mean, even though the statistics show that's true, it still don't make it right.
it,
And
it can't be true if something is underreported. If boys aren't reporting, and let's just say, when boys just don't report like women do.
mhm,
um when you have boys that don't report and things that are happening, and we see what's happening in our society, and we see the type of guys that a lot of women are saying that are dogging them out and stuff, like, it's just, to me, it's like one big ass cycle that we're
mhm.
not giving any credence to. So I just think it's so much blame to go around, and I just think that a lot of women don't want to be accountable or even call out certain behaviors. You even have men that a lot of men don't really know women. Oh,
Right.
Baller X, who do I need to apologize to, my love? Like, who do I need to
I, I
apologize?
think he said that you attacked Bomb Cherry or something like that. Wait, let me see. Sister George was triggered by Bomb Cherry situations, so she decided to attack young girls. With the
Oh, that's very inaccurate.
Yeah, I don't think that happened, Bola X. Can you address that? Like, I don't know.
Well, this is so crazy. When I initially came on Faith's panel, I didn't hear the commentary that Faith was, I didn't hear all of her commentary. If I'd have heard all of her commentary, I probably wouldn't have went up there, or I probably would have went up there very triggered. But when I got up there, we were having a conversation, and then I feel like Faith and Manosphere was attacking my marriage and telling me that I shouldn't be happy or I shouldn't be excited because men will embarrass you. And they'll say, well, if you run around here bragging on your man and talking about how good your man is to you, that man will have you out here looking crazy. So I was just like, damn, I'm excited. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
that was actually my next question. Why do you think? Because I heard them say um, that you're running around throwing your ring in people's face, and I just want to know, why is that an issue? Because you're happy that you got married. You're just proud of your marriage. There's nothing wrong with that. So why is that an
I
issue to other women?
I think that women will try to pick apart anything that they can. Um, yeah, I think they'll try to pick apart anything that they can. I have not, if you have women who have whatever issues and whatever talking points, they're literally on Miss Olivia's channel debating about being a whore and selling your box and the types of things that you should tell young women. And I can
Yeah.
say something that people don't disagree that people may disagree with, and people will attack and jump all over everything that I say, but they can have some of the worst talking points ever and nobody bats an eye. So
Nobody.
I don't really I just I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like I think, and I really think it's just because I said it. I don't know. It was weird,
And
very weird.
I didn't think they would have a problem with you. Like Womansphere was like, okay, now I don't like you. And I'm just like, but because she have an opinion, now you don't like her. Like it just didn't make any sense to me, being a
I
viewer.
think Woman Sphere had heard some things and she came up there. I think she had an agenda as well. So I thought it was cute. You know, she's cute.
Yeah, very cute. And I think she's also the mother of a son, so that was kind of disturbing.
Uh okay.
All right, let's
Oh
jump
girl,
into
it's
that.
getting messy up in here.
Right, I'm saying. Um, did you
Why is
guys?
Bala X so upset?
What did say?
Why is
What?
this,
What?
you know, is my name in the title?
Yeah.
Okay, so he knew he was coming over here to see me. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
So real quick, I'm gonna read these super chats and then I'm gonna continue.
Okay.
Blue TV 2022, thank you so much for that $10 super chat. We really appreciate you because I will tip my girl. So we do appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh,
He
thank you,
says,
Blue.
right? He says, salute to you guys. Keep up the good work. We really appreciate that. Thank you. And I think I had one more. We had Young East. There she is. I guess he's talking about you. There she is.
I thought he was talking about you.
Uh, Girl, I thought he was talking about you. All right, so I'm gonna move on to my next question about Bomb Cherry because I saw um on Bola X's channel actually I saw a clip of Bomb Cherry. She had some receipts about your husband being in her DMs.
Hmm.
What's going on with that? Um,
Girl, Curlin is getting ready to leave me, and I've been begging him to stay. I told him I would be willing to pay all of the bills. He can have as many affairs as he wants. I just don't want him to leave me for Bomb Cherry. I want Bomb Cherry to stop trying to take my husband away from me. And yeah, girl. No, I just think Bomb is like hella delusional. And I think somebody created like a fake account, right? So
mhm,
it's not even this is what happened.
okay.
Curlin and I were chilling one weekend, and fake account comes up. Somebody sends him a screenshot from fake account. Say, hey, I got a message from fake account. Curlin's like, oh shit, fake account alert. He sends out he tweets it out, he posted on Facebook, he also posted on Instagram.
Mhm,
Bomb goes in. She's been talking, she was talking like a lot of mess about me and saying, I'm a basic bitch, and
mm,
she's a good woman and all kinds of stuff. So me and Bomb had it out, and Bomb was like, she was saying that my husband would want a woman like her or some shit. I don't know. I can't even remember
yeah,
everything.
oh,
But
wait, let me just ask you this real quick. So, before she did this fake page, she had a problem with you, or this just came out of the
yeah,
blue?
she had a lot of issues with the things that I was saying. Even as like if I had certain talking points, or people I've had on my platform, or if I had a video with Kevin Samuels mentioned in it, anything that she can find, she was on it. Oh, Melody just disappeared on me. Okay. Well, shout out to everybody in the chat. Please hit the like button. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe. Yeah. This is a little awkward. El hombre negro. Yeah, all the bills. I'm gonna play all the bills. I just don't want him to leave me. I don't want him to leave me. So I'm agreeing to paying all the bills and just endless begging and pleading and serving and, you know, um, thanking God and praying. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Wacky, why you want me to get kicked off the panel? Baller X. Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Oh, how did you get that hi Big Daddy message? So, Baller X, I got a homework assignment for you to do. Bomb said that she was texting Curlin's real account initially, and if you go back and rewind that footage, look and see what name Bomb typed in the chat. Typed when she was saying that she was pulling up the receipts. She misspelled Curlin's name, and I thought that that was interesting because if she didn't know it was a fake account, why would she pull up a misspelled account name? And then when she emailed Curlin's real account, she sent the message to Curlin's real account after the fact. But when she was pulling up the messages, look at the name that she typed in and go back and pause right there and then see what she actually typed. And that's how I know she knew that she was typing a fake account initially. When she pulled up that fake account, she knew it was a fake account initially because she typed in the fake account's name. And then when she sent the messages to the real account, notice that there was you'd have to be blocked, or because she was first saying she was blocked. She wasn't blocked, not right then anyway, but the fake
Oh
account's
my,
name was Cullen.
I'm
She
so
pulled up the
sorry.
name Cullen. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. My phone overheated. I'm not using my computer right now because it's also messed up. I do apologize.
You're
Where
good.
were we? I'm so sorry.
No, I was just talking about the situation with Bomb Cherry and how it was proven that she that she had how she messed up. She emailed the she had sent the message, and Bala X was asking me about the message that she sent. When she sent the message, she actually sent the message to the real account. But when she was saying that an account texted her, she actually typed in the wrong account name. So when she typed in the wrong account name, how would you not know how to spell Curlin's name? Or why would you spell it Cullen? How would you know how the fake account spelled his name anyway if you didn't know it was a fake account? So I thought it was interesting. I thought it was
Yeah.
interesting. I thought it was hilarious, to be honest.
And then she had the nerve to have receipts. Like,
Yeah, and in her own receipts, she goes to type in the name. So something just said, rewatch this video. And when we rewatched it and we saw what she typed in, she actually typed in Culen, and that's not how you spell Curlin's name. But Bomb knows that.
yes. So she was like, "Hey, daddy." I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like,
Girl being disrespectful to her husband per usual. Mm.
right. So let me ask you this: what problems did you have with Bomb Cherry?
I don't have any. Listen, I don't have any problems with anybody. Everybody's entitled to whatever they want to do, however they want to think. I can only tell you my view of the world. I can share my views with you. I can tell you what I think you should do. You don't have to agree with that either. Nobody
Right.
has to watch anybody. I think they have a lot of problems with me supporting the Manosphere, me being a part of the Manosphere, me agreeing with a lot of the manosphere talking points. I think a lot of women have problems with that because they don't feel like I'm on their side.
Exactly. And that kind of messed up what you were trying to do from the beginning. You wanted both audiences. And
Hmm.
now when I come to your channel, I see that you only have Manosphere. You might have like a few sisterhood here and there.
Well,
But
I would
that's
say
it.
that our channel has actually grown in our analytics. I think we have 25% women overall. and
Okay.
about 75% men. But it depends. It really depends on what we're talking about.
Right. Okay. So that's real good. At least you know they're watching. If they're not sneak watching the hate, you know how they do hate watching if they're not in the chat.
Yeah.
But let me read this super chat. Come on, half Pookie, half Henry Williams. Thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, the voices of angels, you two. Sister George got a mouth like a gangster rapper sometimes. Much love.
Ron is forever keeping up mess.
Okay, so I'm going to drop the link. If anyone wants to come up and ask Sister George any questions that I forgot to ask her, that I left out, please come up and ask her. So let me just invite 1 second.
Uh oh. They coming to get me. They're not gonna come get me. They cool.
So the link is in the chat. If anybody want to come up and ask Sister George any questions, hit that link. So I'm trying to think of anything else I wanted to ask you.
El
You know me,
already.
girl.
You know what? I don't know. It was so funny when I looked. I was like, "How's she gonna type in the wrong name?" And that's exactly how the troll account or the duplicate account or whatever spelled the name. And I used troll and duplicate, and clone account interchangeably because I'm not very computer literate. But y'all know this. Um, yeah, I don't know. Baller X, you like my voice, but you've been dogging me out, Baller X. You've been hurting my feelings. I'm so hurt.
Yes. Every time I look at Baller X, you're in his title.
And then he be using like the ugliest pictures. I'd be like, damn,
Aw, you can never have an ugly picture.
girl, when they catch you in like the freeze frame and you making faces or something, you
Mm,
know?
I know what you mean. So Dane C, thank you for the super chat. He says two of my favorite ladies on these YouTube streets. Oh, thank you, Dane. Dane is
Thank you,
so sweet.
Dame. He
Isn't
is.
like since day one, like he's always been nice. But thank you. Shout out to you, Dane. Okay,
He
let's read some of these
is.
comments in the chat. Baller X says that's a lie.
Baller X, you did. You do be using like the ugly pictures that hurt my feelings. I be like, damn, it's like that. I just, you know how you just be thinking like you be chilling and you be
Mm,
minding your business and you be
yeah,
like la 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 la, and then you say something crazy and everybody like loses their shit. It's so wild
and it
and
don't even be that serious. The things you say,
yeah.
it's like they make a big deal out of nothing. Like, oh my god. All right. Adult supervision said, how long was Sister George a nun for?
Never.
Mm-mm. Ask some real questions, please.
Girl, everybody and their mama is live right now. It was like,
I know. I see that. We should have a lot more people than this right now. But
how many
yeah,
is in the chat? Cause I can't even see my what you call it.
we got 51 people watching
Oh, girl, that's
in the chat.
good.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Wow.
But guys, hit the link and come up if you have any questions to ask either me or Sister George. Hit the link.
What if the sisterhood comes up here? Are you gonna be worried about them?
No, I want them to come up. This is the thing.
You.
No, I want them to come up because they're not gonna disrespect you on my platform.
Um.
As soon as they get out of line, I'm gonna drop them. But if they want to come up and have a conversation, that's fine. We can
Okay.
definitely do that.
Okay.
Oh, so Wayman Casey says, why does Sister George beef with Angry Man?
Oh, when Concrete and I came to the space, like, and started our channel, we received a lot of support from the Manosphere, and I think Angry Man wanted some proof of like we were the women that we said we were, and I think he wanted to vet us and to test us out and um kind of take us through a hazing phase, quote unquote.
Hmm.
Or he just didn't like me. I don't know. but he came for us in my channel quite a few times, and then I finally decided to respond back.
Right. You know what it is? I don't think Angry Man liked any of the women because not only did he come at you, I think he came at Jessica X when she first started. He came at me. So I just think he didn't want women in a space who weren't genuine with their message. But once he
Mm-hmm.
got to know you, he was a little nicer. He backed down, like, okay, this person is genuine. Because you don't have a
Yeah, he's
problem with
been
him now,
cool.
right?
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah, he's been real cool lately. So shout out to Angry Man. Oh, let me ask you this. What do you think about people coming at Kevin Samuels the way they're coming at him? Because I know you didn't um a lot of things that Kevin Samuels said, you didn't agree with it. So how do you feel about people still making streams about him and saying he deserved to die and all this other stuff?
Oh, I think the deserving to die is a despicable thing to say. I think it's disgusting. I think the fact that people are still able to use his words and go off of things that he said, and it still tells me that his legacy lives on.
Hmm.
Whether and for sure that I didn't agree with everything that he says, and it's funny that you know
Hmm.
that, but the
Hmm.
sisterhood is charging me up and saying something different. But
Yeah.
I think that the fact that people are still able to carry his legacy on and his words and immortalizing him in that way, I think it's dope.
Yeah, same here. He's gonna always live on because of the haters. And those same women that's getting at you are saying the most disgusting things about him. Like, I
Yeah.
can't even believe it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's get to Chaos Rain. Hi, Chaos.
Hello, hear me?
Hey. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear you. So, do you have any
Well,
questions
my
for?
question
Hmm.
um, for the breakdown: where do you see the breakdown in the next, let's say, 2 years? That's making, I think, 5 years.
I think the breakdown is actually going to go pretty far. Concrete and I have a really, really dope chemistry that we haven't been able to see. We haven't seen a lot of people duplicate. We've had a consistent show for a couple of years. It's just about us getting more exposure. But I see the breakdown doing big things.
Hmm.
That
Okay.
was a good question.
Oh, what? Where's she gone?
I know, Divide, come back. Come
I
back.
started messing the private chat. We didn't want to respond to it, but
Oh, let me check it out. You have any more questions for her?
um, and you have like 3 platforms now. Sister, I know you got both 1K on both on all 3 platforms. Are you going to like start separate now? Now that you got one,
Absolutely.
because I don't mind how y'all going direct restreaming on other same platform, but once you hit a certain plateau, you want to say this is Sister Joyce is what I expect from this channel, and everything
Yeah.
else. Now that you got the numbers, that's the other question.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. I think that's a good one. Yeah.
Now, if
Absolutely.
I would imagine you might do a blog on your own channel. You get me? Of the ups and downs, not too deep, but just a little glimpse, and then throw in some other things up there. Keep it interesting. That would probably be the best projection for the Sister George channel. You know what I mean? And think about it. You make your haters feel even more discouraged. You get me?
I'm not gonna necessarily say that they're my focus. When you put too much energy into something negative, you tend to be right along with it. But I, no, I don't believe in focusing on my haters. I let my haters
Yeah.
focus on me.
And
Mm-hmm.
they say if you don't have no haters, you ain't popping. So let them hate. You know, let them hate. You are popping. I tell you that in these
Yeah,
streets. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. You do got real haters, and I didn't think it was possible. But as last year going this year, it just turned up a little bit for whatever
You
reason.
telling?
Even the one with Bomb doing, it's very questionable. But like I said, she's a woman, and I like me as a man, I don't condone certain behaviors. When I feel it should be. thrilled about certain behaviors because it's a bad look in regards to us as black folks, personally. You know,
Mm.
especially if we're talking about marriage and trying to keep things together as best as possible. You know, if a man was doing this, oh God, you would not be stop hearing this throughout all YouTube. They'll make videos on this shit. But when two women, shit, you're lucky to see more than one video talk about this. So
Okay.
it's very questionable. It's very questionable
Well,
on
thank you
behaviors.
for
Yeah, thank you. All right.
thanks for that. I appreciate it. I had a question for Sister George, and I forgot. My span is so like short. Can't
Uh
even think of
oh.
it. Um, what's the question? Oh, so what advice would you give to the ladies who want to get married at an older age? Because the manosphere speak a lot about women hitting a wall and you can't find a man and all this other stuff, but you are living proof that you can. That's a lie. So, what would you tell the women who's older who want a man?
Um, I would encourage a lot of therapy, and really getting your mental right and being happy and just being you. Um, a lot of us will say we want a man, we want a man, we want a man, and thinking that the man is going to come along and make us happy and we're going to be excited and everything is just going to be great. Um, First, I would say get therapy. Then, I would also say to understand that you're not going into a marriage where you're going to be able to eat bonbons and it's not going to be any work. Marriage is work. Marriage is a partnership. Um and how, depending on how your relationship dynamics work, 9 times out of 10 is probably going to be two people working in a household, and it's going to be you both taking care of children. You need to be prepared to work, and you also have to take into consideration that when you get married, most women that get to a certain age, we are generally set off in our ways. Um, we want to be, we still want to be the boss of everything. We want to make all the decisions. And then especially if you end up with a masculine man and a man that likes
Mhm.
to take charge and be in control, you're going to have to relinquish a lot of your power to a certain degree. So, yeah, I think that it's uh it's one of those things. It's those things that would be my main advice, is like make sure you get some help for yourself, because at certain ages, we we don't want to talk about like what happened prior to us ending up being this age, and the things that happen between there and the things that we experience in between there. But it's a lot of stuff that needs to be rectified. And so I would say get yourself together, seek some therapy, then understand that you're not going to go into a situation to where everything is going to be easy, and just be prepared to work.
Right. That's some great advice. Divide, hi, can you hear me?
Hi, sweetie. Can you hear me?
Hi, gorgeous. Yes, I can. Thanks for coming up. Good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you, Sister George?
Hey, the divide, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I love what you just said about relinquishing power. Can you say that again? Because I had to close that while I was trying to join this stream.
I was saying that, a lot of us, when we get to a certain age, we're generally set in our ways and used to running everything. So, when you get married, and especially if you get married to a masculine man, you're going to have to be prepared to relinquish some power in leadership.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
said it. I
Yes.
never could say it.
I
You said
I just got married, and you are 1000% correct.
it. Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. No, but you're right. Like, if you're not prepared, you're gonna feel like you've entered slavery. You know?
Girl, listen. When we because me and Curlin are approaching our first year anniversary tomorrow. Tomorrow's our anniversary.
Ooh,
Oh my
Get out of
gosh.
here.
Yes, tomorrow's our first year.
That
The
went
day
so
we got married.
fast.
Listen, it
Damn,
did. Um Damn, I got a show tomorrow. I don't
you
even want to
just
do
got
it now.
married. The
Yeah.
hell?
But like that first couple of months, and then when you're coming into a household, he had a child, I have a child, and making those things work, and
thanks, Eugene.
just there's a lot more work on both sides because he has to do a lot more work when it comes down to us. There's maintenance of everything and keeping this together and whatnot, but it does end up being like a lot of work when you first come into it. But I think my family kind of prepared me for that. Like my mom was like, when you get married, shit, you want to sit around and eat buns all day, but you got to take care of kids, you got to fix lunches, you got to clean up, you have to cook more often. You're always going to be cleaning up behind somebody. It's always laundry. It's always laundry. Then it's keeping it fresh and hot, and then it's dating your spouse, and then
Wait.
it's
You skipped over. You skipped over. As soon as you finish cleaning, it immediately gets ruined if you have that type of man.
girl. I don't even worry about it no more. I'm just like, you know what? I'm tired. Y'all got it.
Yes. And I was gonna say that because I've never been married before. Never been engaged before. It doesn't
It
like
soon
how
come. It soon
yeah,
come.
soon come, hopefully. But let me ask you this. Does I know this is a little personal, but both of you ladies are newlyweds. Do you think sex will ever get boring and tired because you're married?
I think relationships are what you make it. Um Listen, I think that you should strive to hit different plateaus with your man.
Hmm.
I don't I mean, if you really think about the act of sex and what sex entails, how could that ever be boring unless you're not really into the person?
But
And so
I
I
heard,
think when you're really into your man, um, and you really have a desire for him. Now, I don't know. I'm blushing like shit. I,
God, girl.
never mind. I don't want. I'm sorry. Let me.
No, say it. Curlin, come up here. Hit that link.
Uh-uh.
Hit that link, Curlin. Come on.
Yes, yes.
Don't be shy.
No, but I think that when you're really into somebody and you can release your whole self and you become one with that person, it gets to be very deep and spiritual, and it makes it what it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm done.
Right. You're funny.
Oh
So what about
goodness.
you, Divide? Before we get to game changer, what about you? Does it get boring to you? Do you think
Oh
relationships
no, no, no.
no?
Like, and then you kind of have to be able to gauge. Like, for instance, if you get with a nerd, they will surprise you.
Oh,
I
really?
I know you hear my weird voice. Like, my throat gets used a lot. And it's like you love them. I mean, hopefully you love them, and it's a part of the job. It's a part of the job. you know um
Yeah.
I definitely want to talk to him about him getting a clean, nice young lady, because I can't keep up. I'm gonna be honest with you. i'm
Wait,
i'm not really.
rewind that. I'm sorry. You said that you're going to talk to your husband about getting a clean young lady to come
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
relationship.
Well, not with me, but for him, because like I can't keep up. Like, I mean, like
Mm.
the mouth, I can do that. I can do that every day, but I can't do that every day. I'm being realistic. So I'm thinking about telling him, like, maybe, you need to start scouting, and I don't want him to catch anything or, get jammed up, but I definitely want him to be satisfied. right? He
Yeah.
really he's a good man. So, oh girl, I
Interesting.
can't do that every day. I can't do that
Okay,
every
wait.
day.
So, can I ask you a personal question? You don't have to answer because I don't like saying my age, but how old are you, if you don't
Um,
mind?
can I tell you the year? Like I was born in the 80s.
Okay, you're an 80s baby, so you're still young, right?
Mm,
I'm trying to think. Okay. So, do you think it's because of your age that you can't
oh, I think it's like my personality. Like, you know how there's asexual people like that just I don't mind doing mouth things, but like I've just always never like had such a strong desire to get beat down. You know what I mean?
even when you were younger?
Even when I was younger, I was like, I don't know, I can't explain it. When I was in middle school, half of my school was knocked up. So I think that kind of scared me. And,
Hmm.
I'm going to therapy. I'm trying to get over that. But that I was like, I didn't want to be a teen mom. So maybe I just shut that part off and never, it's not like I have issues or anything, but I'm just not like I have friends and sisters that like they need it. And I've never been that way. So
Oh,
is that
okay.
fair to him? That's not fair
That's
to him.
you got a point. All right, let me go back to Sister George real quick because this is getting spicy. Sister George, would you do the same for curling? Would you get if you get tired, would you get a nice young clean lady to come in and pleasure
PY,
your husband if that's what he wants? Yeah, PYT to pleasure him if that's what he wants.
Um, I wouldn't go out and solicit for him. Yeah, I wouldn't go out and get one from him. I feel like you gotta do your own.
She
It's
like,
like pour
oh
your own
hell
troubles.
no.
You gotta pour your own liquor. I'm not gonna do it. You know.
But would you get mad? Would it be fair for
You
him
know,
to
if I think we agreed and signed up for a monogamous relationship, and that's what we signed up for. So if we signed up for something and then something changes, I don't know. I guess I'd have to cross that bridge when I get to it. I can't see myself saying yes, but I'd have to cross it when I get to it. I don't see it though.
yeah.
I definitely wouldn't be like, "Hey, babe, you see that hot thing over there? Why don't you go get her number?"
PYT?
That's probably not gonna be me. I'm just,
Yeah,
mm-mm.
exactly. So you wouldn't do that. But you can't be mad, right? If you're not giving him none and he go out and get it.
I
Am I
don't
right
think you
about
can
that?
be mad, but I don't necessarily think that human emotions work like that. You can't be mad, but I'm pretty sure that you might be. You can't be. But we get jealous and possessive, and when you're pouring into someone, you like to think that that's yours. So,
True.
I think that's a natural thing.
Yeah. Somebody said you're selfish. I'm selfish. Even, I don't know, even if I get tired of it and whatever, I still will feel bad if another woman come into the relationship.
why?
That's just
Why,
me. I know.
Melody?
I know it's bad. I know, but I'd rather just break up with him and let him. No, I can't break up with him. I'm invested. I don't
Listen,
know. That's a hard one. Maybe because I'm not married, I can't really speak
let
on
me
that.
tell you what my dad told me. He told me and my sisters at a young age. He's like, a guy can have raw sex with a girl and hate her, right?
Hmm.
So
Right.
it's like he doesn't want to be in a relationship with these hoes. He doesn't want to get to know her. He just wants to use her. Like that's
True.
it. He likes me. He likes the way I cook. He likes the way I keep his house. Like, if he wants to go and obliterate some box, go ahead. Just make sure she's not dirty, make sure she's not crazy, and if he's not worried about, oh, he can take his time and really select a legit one, that I don't have a problem with that. Like I grew up with like very straight shooter parents. Like they let me know like life isn't a fairy tale. Life is
That's
not a fairy tale. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
You
You got
have
a
to.
point there. But one more question before I move on to game changer. What if he gets her pregnant? You know, that's the risk. You don't want him to catch a STD or get her pregnant. I mean, condoms do break. And even if she says
So,
she's on birth control, she could be lying. So, would you take care of his baby if that happens? Since you gave him the green light to go
nope,
out and be with this woman, would you take care of the baby?
no, no.
Why not? You gave him the okay. Why not?
I didn't give him okay to make children.
True.
Like you can go and get one off, you can get 10 off. But if you're really that stupid and dumb, then you lose me. So he has a nice thing going. I don't think he's gonna screw that up. I don't think so.
Facts. Well, I'm not judging you. There's nothing wrong with that. You know? All right. So let's go with game changer. Hi, game changer.
How you doing, Melody?
Good. You have a question for Sister George?
I had a question for the divide.
Okay,
Um,
go ahead.
do you feel that sex is a chore that you perform for your husband, or do you think that? Well, yeah, let's start there.
No, it's not a choice. It hurts.
Okay. The
Was
reason
that
why
all?
I ask is
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. The reason why I ask is because I understand that sometimes it may be comfortable, but don't you feel that you are obligated to do it anyway? I mean, it's really more about his pleasure than yours.
You there, Divide?
I don't understand.
Well, sex is more about his pleasure than yours, right?
Right, but he's fine with the way things are. And mind you, I use my throat every day, so he's it's not like I'm not doing anything for him.
No, I get it, and I understand the sentiment of you wanting to find the PYT and everything like that. I do understand that. What I'm saying is that, excuse me. What I'm saying is, I don't want this to spread this feeling that this division of task. Like you get into a marriage to only do the things that you want to do. Like you like cooking and cleaning, therefore you're not going to hire a maid or a cook. However, you find sex painful and you are willing to outsource that particular task. Now, I do agree with you when you say that, a man, allowing your man to sleep with other women. But I think that that is better in situations where you're doing it to give him sexual variety, not as a respite for your vagina. You see where I'm going with that?
Mm,
I don't think she agrees with that, GC. But real
So,
quick,
so your man instead. So I'm picturing this scenario, and question me if I'm wrong, or tell me if I'm wrong if you picture something different. Guy comes up and says, "Hey, honey, I'm in the mood right now," and you say, "We just did it. Why don't you go get the other chick? A vagina is a vagina." But what if he wants yours twice? What if he wants yours twice, as opposed to yours
okay,
and
let me say this. I said that I'm thinking about talking to him about getting someone else because that means I'm the one doing it and I'm not going to be able to keep this up. I'm not. He's he's almost 10 years younger than me also. He has a lot of energy, a lot of drive. I'm not going to be able to keep up with him.
oh, so it's a younger man.
Yeah, I mean I can do the mouth, but he's very young, he's very strong. He's a Latino man, right? He's he's got it in him. And I'm not prepared. It's a shortcoming of mine, yes, but it is what it is.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So you heard all the things we were saying, right? Sister George and I, our conversation, the questions I was asking her. Do you have anything on that, on the subject we were talking about?
I got bits and pieces of it. Um, there was something I wanted to say. Oh, yeah, you had a question that I wanted to add to her answer on. And
Mhm.
that question was what should women in their 40s do? In addition to the stuff that she said, therapy and things like that, I would also suggest that they maintain a healthy body weight. That's very important. You see, a lot of fellas, and we understand that, metabolism slows and things like that. We get into marriages wondering, when exactly is a bitch going to get, or is a woman going to get fat? So what I would suggest that women who are in their 40s and beyond, they push that day off as far as possible. I was watching this list of clips of Pam Grier, and though she did gain weight, she didn't do it until she was like in her 70s. Same as the woman that played Miss Parker and stuff like that. So, if you want to get into and maintain a relationship, in addition to the wonderful things that Sister George suggested, also maintain a healthy body weight. That's what I came up to say.
Okay, I do agree with that, but Sister George is a beautiful, fit woman, and she still got married. So let me ask you this.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a
Okay,
minute.
go ahead.
When I got married, I was in much. Oh shoot! Well, damn. Okay, am I back?
Yes, you're back. You
I
good?
don't know what happened. It just my screen went black. When I got married, I was smaller, and then I think you go through. You should still try to maintain your weight. Period. Point blank. Period. Point blank. But I definitely you end up very happy, and some things may fall by the wayside initially, but most women say you definitely tend to lose that beginning weight. So I gave my this called happy weight, and he's probably not as happy about it as I am, but it is
Oh,
what it is.
So yeah, that would be my advice. To add on to the advice that you gave, avoid the happy weight and avoid, the weight, and as for as long as possible, because he's already worried. He's already worried. Like, when is she going to blow up? As they all do, even Plan Greer. So answer that question with never.
do you believe in happy weight, GC? A couple is happy, they love each other, they're
Absolutely,
eating out a lot. I mean,
absolutely. I think
okay,
what's her name? Lori Harvey mentioned it. She gained 15 pounds because she was happy in her relationship with Michael B. Jordan, and she lost it. So it's the same for a woman in her 20s.
right. All right. Well, thanks for that, GC. That was great advice. And Dr. Eugene Steele, hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you? Long time.
Oh yeah, yeah, doing great. Right quickly, I got some to ask Sister George and the Divide. Now, you're being submissive to your husband. You're catering to your husband. You're doing everything to make him and each other happy. And then all of a sudden, these genetically modified females will come to you and say, this is oppression. What would you tell them?
If they see it as oppression, then they're only looking at it from one side. Um, Being able to understand what it is that your man and your man is able to provide, and being with somebody that you want to serve, that you want to see happy, that you want to see excited, that you want to make life a little easier, a little better for, and being able to find somebody that's gonna invoke that type of spirit within you. I think a lot of women will end up with men or settle for men that they don't necessarily really desire or really want, and so then it becomes work. When you are excited to be with somebody, and sometimes it's going to be things that you don't feel like doing, but if you know it's going to make the person happy, then you don't mind making sacrifices because you want to see your person happy. And I'm not saying like kill yourself to do it, but when you have somebody that brings out certain things in you, there's no limit. and it's not a tiresome thing. It's I don't know. For me, it's like I'm almost happy just to be able to do it. Like, wow, being able to serve my man, somebody that I really love and admire, and being able to serve him and being happy to do it. So I think if you find somebody that brings out um the extra effort in you, you'll have you. I think it's much easier. And then if you're with somebody that makes things feel like bondage, um yeah, marriages work anyway, so marriage isn't bondage, and you're still gonna the rewards that you get from having a man in the house. And we've seen what two-parent households produce versus what single parent households produce. So I think it's a lot more of a benefit with a man than without one. That's just me though.
I love that answer. I think he asked you to divide.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Okay, okay, you're doing everything to make your husband happy. You're catering to him. You're pampering him. Um, you're being submissive to him. Everything, and these genetically modified females will come at you, you know, saying to you, "This is oppression." What would you say to them?
Oh, I was just speaking about that. It does kind of feel like that sometimes if you don't really have a mature mind. I would say it's all about your perspective, right? You have to look at what is he doing for you and for the family, and you gotta stay positive. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, I think it did. Thank you.
Ruby is here. Hi, Ruby.
Hi,
Hey,
Ruby.
Hi,
hey, Sister
Ruby.
George. I'm so sorry. I did not want to flop slash flake. Had a major emergency, basically out of the blue. This sprinkler system in my condo misfired in all of the condos in my column, and so we were
Hmm.
flooded with like a foot of water. And
Oh my god.
So
yeah, it's gonna
sorry.
be like at least a month. We're gonna be totally like homeless. We have to find somewhere else to live. Things are falling apart. It's crazy. I sent Melody some pictures. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. And you came on the stream?
No, she
Girl,
loves me. She loves me.
I do. I love you, Melody, and I didn't want you to feel abandoned, Sister George. I was so looking forward to this.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, I'm sitting down inside our car because it's the only place we could sit down. Everything else upstairs is soaked, and I'm like, let me jump on the stream and just listen to y'all, support. And then I heard what you guys are talking about, and I'm like, all right, maybe I should just jump in and say a little something because, you know, it's just so relevant to my life right now because I can't imagine and it's funny because me and Mr. Ruby were in a fight. Okay, we've been in a fight like an epic Cold War for 3 days. I'm gonna tell y'all for real, we have. Right, we're both very petty that way, and so we just won't talk. It'll just be in like an ice war. Um, and then I woke up today and I went to go jump in the shower. Heard this little bang. I walk out and there's just geysers of water spraying me in the face. You know,
Wow.
I'm not even in clothing. I'm running around. I think it's our main water because I can't even see where it's coming from. There's this toxic cloud of smoke, so I can barely breathe. And I'm running around frantically, and I'm still not talking to him. So I refuse to call him. Right. So I'm trying to figure it out myself. People are knocking on the door. I'm opening it because he wasn't home yet. He's still at work. And I'm opening the door and going, "How do you turn off the water?" to whoever's out there, right? I'm freaking out. Finally, I call him and I was just like, "How do you turn off the water?" I didn't tell him there was a flood. I didn't tell him there's water just spraying at us and there's like a foot of water. I didn't tell him nothing. I just asked him how, right? And he just collected himself and said, "Okay, it's in the closet. It's next to the shoe rack. Da 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 da." So I went and tried to turn off the water. It didn't work. I said, "Okay, um, so the condo is really flooded. Water is still literally shooting in here, and I'm pretty sure everything we own is ruined." And that was it. And he came in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so I don't know how he flew from where he was on the highway to home in 5 minutes, but he did. And he came flying up the stairs, and it was just like, all right, it's go time. We got to take care of stuff now. Finally, they figured it out. They turned off the water to the sprinkler system. They figured out that's what it is, and now teamwork kicks in, right?
Yeah.
Now we got to, as a team, I'm not, physically capable in the same way he is. And so, he's going for the heavy stuff and the hard stuff, and I'm going for the little detailed stuff. And we got to take care of ours now, right? Like, forget the Cold War for a second, right? We got to take care of ours. We've got to plan for each other and for each other's lives. And so he's worrying about whether my medication is okay. And I had forgot to check on it. It was not. So it's a good thing he had said that before things closed so I could get appointments set up for tomorrow. Right. And I'm sitting there thinking about his workplace and what he needs for work. And it's just like you're
Yeah.
taking care of one another, and it's not all on you.
Mm-hmm.
If it was
Mm-hmm.
all on me, man, because everyone kept asking me. My mom came by, one of my best friends came by, and everyone kept asking me why I'm so calm. And I'm like, well, I'm not alone, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not alone. That's just what it is. I'm not alone. Whatever this hell is, you guys are saying we don't have somewhere to live for a month. Okay. I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't even know where we're going to go from this moment. But I know that whatever I have to face, I'm not a single woman alone facing it. I'm not a single sick woman alone facing it. I know no matter where I go and what I have to do, I know that he's going to be there. And that just makes a
Mm.
world of difference. And when you can build that kind of trust and love and bond and support between one another, like, there's nothing
Yes.
better than that in the world. There's nothing better. You cannot tell me that some man with 10 times more money than him or whatever else would be better. 100% not. 100%. I wouldn't trade this man for the world. And that's the thing that people get so twisted these days. They're so focused on stuff that doesn't matter. Like, all that nonsense on the surface doesn't matter. That's money's easy come, easy go.
Yep.
This, what we have, this is forever, and this is the thing. This is the thing we should be working for and striving towards. And once you get and attain, you keep fighting to maintain and to build and to grow. This is it, not all of the other bull. All the other bulls, easy come, easy go.
So
Facts,
true.
Ruby. Another married woman on a panel. Facts. Big facts.
Good stuff, Ruby.
So,
I hope everything works out. I'm sure it will, but yeah, it's wow. I'm praying for you guys.
Right.
right. Speechless.
Girl, you know this man, because I was so wet. Like, I was drenched from head to toe, inside out, everywhere. And this man worried about me sitting down and putting on some dry clothes and drying off my feet for me so I could put them up on the bed and just sit for 2 seconds before he worried about his PlayStation 5. Okay? Do you know how hard it was to get a PS5 last year? And he worried about me
Girl,
before he worried about the
tell me.
PS5, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, y'all. That's love. Because
Are
Yeah.
you okay, Ruby? Everything okay? I mean, like, as far as you, like,
yeah, I'm exhausted, you know.
yeah.
Like, it's just a lot of pain for me because I literally I had just woken up. I didn't even have medication in my system. For those of you who don't know, I have a lot of medical issues, and my back is messed up, and now all my medication is destroyed, so I can't even take medication. So it's gonna be rough, you know. But again, if I had to do it alone, then it
Yeah.
would be a problem, you know. But it's not a problem like that. I mean, yes, obviously family, whatever, my mom came out to help, but still, he's up there as the head of our household, taking care of stuff, making sure he's in charge of stuff, making sure that things are getting looked after while I get a chance to sit down for 5 minutes. You know, you don't, I wouldn't be able to do that if I was alone because it'd be my place. I have to stand there. I have to, right? It's all on me. It's all on my shoulders, and it's not. So even, I have a moment to break down or a moment to just feel sorry for myself or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. That's great because then he can be the strong one, and vice versa. When he needs that moment to break down, I can be the strong one. That's what it's all about. Marriage. When people say, "Oh, it's a partnership or teamwork or whatever," they're always talking about this dynamic of power and control. And if I ever say it, it's not to challenge some controller power dynamic. It's literally about we are a team. I mean, we each have a very defined specific roles within the marriage, right? I am his wife, he is my husband, he is the head of our household. I do submit to my husband, but that's not like, oh, it's some kind of slavery and it's some kind of oppression.
Yeah. Yeah,
How
I think you have a great point because people will try to make it seem like because you have work to do around the house, like it's like slavery and oppression. It's work when you get married. If you go into a marriage not thinking it's about work, and if you're fortunate enough to marry somebody that's affluent, then maybe it's something that you don't have to worry about. Most people aren't going to do that. And we're not struggling, but we still have work to do. We have to
Right.
do things for ourselves. And so it is what it is, but to actually have somebody there, especially when you need somebody and somebody that's catered to you,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a dope ass feeling, and to know that you have that is dope.
Back, back, back,
Mm.
back.
Ruby, let
Yeah.
me ask you a question because we speak of Mr. Ruby a lot. The divide said, you get tired of having sex. Would you go and get a PYT for your husband to enjoy if you got tired of having sex with him?
I mean, I would, but that being said, I probably would also only get tired of having sex with him, like if I was like, say, terminally ill or something. And in that case, if that's what he wanted and needed, then I would absolutely give it to him. But y'all, my mom and her best friend just showed up, so it looks like I have to go. So
Oh, bye, Ruby. Thanks for
I will.
coming.
No, I'm so sad I missed this, guys. But you guys are awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate you for coming up, even with this tragedy. Thank you.
Yeah, take care of yourself, Ruby.
You too, Sister George. I hope you come back to our panel when I can be here.
I
Yeah,
will.
we're gonna do an all women's panel, right, Ruby? So
Yes, yes, for sure, for sure.
yeah.
All right, later, guys.
All
Ruby,
right, take care.
Yeah,
that's
I
so
agree with
sad.
Ruby. Never get tired, ladies. Like, never get tired. I understand having letting a man have his cake and eat it too, but that's a desire for variety. I don't think that women should get tired of it or should be allowed to.
Right, but she said it hurts. What if it hurts?
So does having babies, but you do that. Like,
Oh, no, that could be indicative of a medical issue, or if it's like one of those things to where like it's
Too big?
huge. Yeah. Then that also, there are things that could be done with that, but um I would suggest going to like a sex therapist, or um talking to your gynecological examiner,
Hmm.
and yeah, seeing what's up, because it could be indicative of a number of issues. So
Right,
I would say don't rule yourself out.
right. And if it's too big, you can always use the lubrication. Every time you do it, you don't have to do it with natural juices. So there are things you can do. I don't know why it would be painful, but yeah, if it's too big, I can understand. But any other reason? Mm-mm. But anybody have
Okay.
any other questions for Sister George? Game changer?
no, I was about to say this whole too big thing. Like, I've seen porn where they put all kind of crazy crap in there. I don't think that it there's a such thing as, I think that it's meant to adjust. It's meant to adjust to the size and frequency of a man's desire.
Yeah, I did hear that it's stretched out because, like, when women give birth, they say it go back to the normal size.
Well,
So I
there's
do
this
agree with you
one.
on that.
There's this one. I don't know why I watch her. It's nasty as hell. Naomi Cruz is her name, and she's just nasty with it. And I know if she could stretch and do all that crap, that a regular woman can adapt.
I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's different.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Well, no,
But if
I'm no the divide. I'm not coming at you. I'm just saying that I hope it's not a willingness issue. I hope this isn't something like,
No,
something I'd rather not do it, so have somebody else do it. Because that's just, come on now. That's just you're not doing your job. You're telling others to do your job. Like, if I was to hire somebody to do my job, then the company would fire me and keep that person, the younger person.
I'm totally lost because it's like, it's not like I'm like I have an issue right now. It's too big. I'm not used to it. So instead of him being miserable, I'm being considerate of him and saying, I'm thinking about letting him find a PYT to ensure his happiness. I'm
What?
totally doing my job. What are you talking about?
Wait, can
No,
I
I
ask a
understand.
question, Mr. Bide?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
How long have you guys been married?
Um, like a year and a half.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
you're good. You're good.
I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say I've heard someone, a married couple, tell me they become family after a while. Like they can't even talk about sex. They're like, "Ooh, I don't want to talk about that." Like it becomes that awkward. Somebody actually told me that, and they've been married for like 5, 6, 7 years. I don't even somewhere along the line.
What?
So, what do you have to say about that? Becoming family, it's awkward to even talk about sex. Like, what's your take on that? Let me start with Sister George.
Um, I feel like you should be able to communicate to your spouse what it is that you sexually desire and vice versa. I think closed mouths don't get fed. And, we know how the body works. We know what's desirable, what's not desirable. Um, yeah, I don't, yeah, we're family because we're raising a family, but no, I got family. I know you my man, and I don't see you as family. I see you as my man,
Right.
quote unquote. So yeah, I don't look at it. I wouldn't, who else could I talk to? And I should be able to talk to the person that I sleep with every night. Like, yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
How about you, Divide?
Yeah, same. Absolutely.
Because I was like, what do you mean? And she was just like, no, it's just nasty even hearing him say sexual things to me. And when he tries to touch me, I just move his hand. Like she was telling me a
Oh, then
whole
she
bunch.
doesn't want him. She's not into him.
But she said,
Mhm.
but she said he helps with the bills. They're raising their daughter together. Like everything else is perfect. Just that, not that.
She's not into
So
him.
Little friend said, I'm scared. I am kind of scared. I am. It's just, ah, like I want Game Changer to try and take a Mandingo like a champ. Like it is intimidating. I have to get used to it.
Um, Miss Divide, uh, you mentioned that it was too big. If you don't mind me asking, can you sort of clarify what that actually felt like? If it was too big, he tried to enter you.
You said, what does it feel like?
Yeah.
um, Mel, before you answer that, Miss Divide, Melanie, Melody, because I'm so sorry I did that. I got a friend named Melanie. She must be talking about me right now.
right.
But Melody, I actually have to get ready to leave. I gotta go and get these kids and stuff situated. But I
Don't
thank
leave
you,
me
thank you,
too.
thank you so much for having me and for taking this time out to interview me and really get my side of a lot of the things that's been going on, because I feel like I've been kind of drowned out by a lot of other people and people saying people trying to impose their own thought process onto me versus what I actually think. So, thank you so much for allowing me to have a voice on your platform. I definitely, definitely appreciate it.
And thank you for coming and speaking about marriage and all of the issues we spoke about. I really appreciate you. This is the second interview we had. This is
I
fun, right?
know. Yes. Thank you so much.
All right, well, thank you. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye bye.
Okay, bye. All right. Divide. Before we go, I actually want to have this conversation with you because you said it's too big
Uh-oh.
and it hurts. But didn't you know that before you married him?
Yes, I did. I
But
did.
what made you want to marry him?
I love him, like he's perfect for me. Like
Okay.
I don't know. Like I don't know if I'm explaining myself wrong. It's not like I'm not doing it. I'm foreshadowing that I'm not going to be able to keep up with this because curling, I did look into it. Like I have to get like pelvic floor massages because it keeps cinching back closed or something. But it's not painful. It's only the size. It's nothing else internally that you understand what I'm saying? It's just the size. Like yikes. But you know, he's okay. He's okay with it. You know, we get along and all I see the writing on the wall. I'm not going to be able to keep up with it. I might need to talk to him about, getting a little side piece or two. And I'm pretty sure he'll be okay with that. I'm pretty sure he would like that arrangement.
Kurt, Chris, the God says, are you perfect for him though? Meaning he married you, he probably wants sex when he wanted, you
He
know?
gets it. What I'm saying is, can I keep this up for years and years and years? No. I'm just foreshadowing. Anything he wants, he gets. He does. So I'm I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it as much as he wants an extended amount of time, if that makes sense.
No, I appreciate your foresight. I do.
Um, before I go, Mr. Vide, you've answered my question, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, everyone was being
Thank
very
you.
honest. Thank you, everybody, for being honest. And thank you, Sister George, for coming up for this interview. Um, I just want to get final thoughts before we head out. Can I start with you, The Vibe? What are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, people have their own unique setups. Ours works. Our in-laws get along. There's so many positive things. So I don't want people to think I'm not, doing my duties. I am. I just see the writing on the wall. That's all.
Okay, well, thank you for that. And thanks for coming. Let me just read the super chat. Dane C., thank you again for the super chat, for the $5 super chat. He says, wait, is the divide saying she has a phobia of big D? If that's the case, it's psychological, not medical.
You might be right. You might be onto something.
It might be. And you said he's much younger than you and he's Latino? Oh, man.
You know that.
Hey, listen, that's why I can't deal with a younger man. Like, I need me an older man. I mean, but what made you go for a younger man? Just the attraction?
They say sapiosexual. Like we just clicked. We just clicked. I was learning Spanish, and that's how I ran into him in the international sphere. And we were talking, talking, talking for a couple of years. And I came out here. I came to DR to meet him, and I never left. It was just
Oh,
like,
wow.
yeah,
So
like
you
we couldn't
are.
get yeah, like we couldn't get enough of each other. And then once we met each other's families, it was just like everything. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's just really, I enjoy being with him. He enjoys being with me. His friends are like, hey, I have to tell him, like, hey, don't forget about your friends because he just wants to stay home and chill with me. We are friends. Like, we were friends for years first. I'm not trapped. I'm not trapped.
They said you're trapped. I mean, okay, so wow. Did you get with him because you were done with black men? Be honest.
He's a Moreno.
Oh,
So
so he is black. Okay,
he's,
so he's a
he's
black Dominican.
yeah, he just has like the weird hair, but he's darker than I am. It, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never been with an African American. I've never been with them, so maybe I do have a phobia because I've never had a mandingo before. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm gonna really look into that. I really am.
Wow. Well, thanks for that. Thanks for being honest about your marriage. I appreciate you.
No problem. I keep it real with you, Melody, always.
I already know. I love when you come up. Thank you for that. And Game Changer, what are your final thoughts before we head out?
No, thanks for having me. Great stream, Melody.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. And Sister George, again, shout out to her. If you are not subscribed to her channel, make sure you subscribe. She has a really, really good platform. It's called The Breakdown for those who don't know. Um, but yeah, um, I did you already, right, Dr. Eugene Steele?
Uh, I just want to say this. Yeah, I go on these platforms. I'm marriage minded, so I go on these platforms, to learn as much as I can, get different perspectives about marriage, and um, manifest, the marriage as best as I can. So I want to thank Sister George and the Divide for your perspective on it.
Thank you, Dane, for diagnosing me. Thank you.
You guys are funny. Okay, so I will be having a stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's gonna be me and Blue TV. So make sure you guys check that out. We'll be going live at 8 o'clock p.m. We'll be doing news. That's what Blue and I do. So check it out. Bye everybody.
Bye.